about public corruption. And since I voted for the mayor and I supported the mayor and I loved this mayor and I was very open and vocal about that. I thought she would take a meeting with me. I am an influential person. She should take a meeting with anybody. But I thought, okay, I am part of this elite crowd. I don't hide it. I don't lie to you guys. I know my standing in society. I am part of that elite crowd. I didn't start off that way. I worked my way towards it, and I continue to work my way towards it. But I thought she would take a meeting with me. She did not. When I
every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people.
You know, there's something that Rondo has in common with Cava, and of course, Mr. Reyes as well, and that is that they're represented by the campaign manager, am I saying it right, Mr. Christian Ulvert. Ulvert represents Rondo, Cava, and now Reyes. They're all friends, they're all in on it. That's why Rondo will not prosecute Cava. Of course not. So tell me the story about Mr. Christian Ulvert. You mind if you explain your story, please? So
I announced my candidacy in March of 2023, largely because I called out the mayor the previous year about public corruption. And since I voted for the mayor and I supported the mayor and I loved this mayor and I was very open and vocal about that. I thought she would take a meeting with me. I am an influential person. She should take a meeting with anybody. But I thought, okay, I am part of this elite crowd. I don't hide it. I don't lie to you guys. I know my standing in society. I am part of that elite crowd. I didn't start off that way. I worked my way towards it, and I continue to work my way towards it. But I thought she would take a meeting with me. She did not. When I called it out publicly, that's when the citations started coming. They gave me 7 citations. I've already beaten 4. 3 are going to be 1 in appeal. And that could be for a whole different video. But that's my whole reason for running. So when I called her out, she didn't give it to me. I announced in March. I called Christian to possibly be my campaign manager. He told me he could not. But then I explained to him why it was important that I meet with the mayor, that all this corruption had to be nipped in the bud. She's the one who can make it happen. He was like, I'm willing to talk to you. Let me come to your home. So he did. He stood up here with us, basically where we are right now. Where Alex and I are. He stood up here with me. I'm sorry, not with us, but with me, where we are right now.
And he sat right where I'm sitting.
Essentially, he stood, but essentially we were in this area up here in the treehouse. This is a treehouse, as you can see.
Beautiful one, by the way.
Thank you.
Beautiful one, by the way.
I love to spend my time up here. My wife and I play up here, and I let everybody know how my wife and I play. Nobody's business, but this is our place. That's a very private matter. We do have fun though. But yeah, so Christian and I, we did end up having a conversation up here. He came to the home and he told me, listen, if Cava is willing to meet with you, it has to be very hush-hush. You know, if she comes here to your house and she fixes this, would you consider dropping out of the race? I said, absolutely, but she has to fix it.
Oh my God.
But I told him absolutely. I have no reason. I don't have no desire to be the mayor of Miami-Dade County. This is a shit job. It's a 24-hour garbage job. It's not worth it if you're going to do it the right way. And instantly, the moment I become mayor, half the county hates me. And it's like, what did I ever do to you? I just became mayor, because that's the political arena. That's just the world that we live in.
It's a shitty job.
It's a shit job. You know, it's 24/7. You get the blame for everything. Why would I want this job? You know, so genuinely, I don't want it. But I will do my part to help our mayors of. It doesn't matter if they're conservative or liberal. I will do my part to help. Where I can, to show when I find corruption, nip it in the bud. You know, so he says if she's willing to come up here, it'd have to be very hush-hush, and she fixes your problem. Would you do it? I say, on one condition, of course. She has to fix my problem, but she has to fix it for everybody else as well. Then I will not run. I will back out. As long as she fixes that for everyone else, I'm good. But it would be incredibly selfish of me to say, if you fix it for me only, I'd be a hypocrite. And I can't be that. He goes, no, it'd be for everybody else. I was like, done deal.
So Christian Ulvert, Cava's campaign manager, also the campaign manager for Kathy Fernandez Rondo.
Correct.
Came here to your house.
Correct.
He also sent you some texts, right?
I have the text messages. We won't release them just yet.
No, okay, no problem. And there might have been is there anything else that shows that might have...
There was a phone call that I have recorded as well.
Okay. And so Mr. Ulvert came here, just to be clear, came to your house, and very hush-hush.
It was
Right.
very hush hush. And you got to understand, I hate that I have to do this to Christian because Christians, I like Christian. I'm not up against Christian. I'm calling out Cava. I understand Christian's part of her team, but this is politics. Christian as an individual is a beautiful person. I love him. I
don't know him, but
I didn't get to meet his husband, but the way he described his husband, I love him and his husband. I love the relationship they have, and I think he's a beautiful person. This is not personal towards Christian. This is personal towards Cava. Cava waged a personal war against me, and once you're backed up into a wall, there is no flight anymore. It's fight or flight. That's the response you get. There is no more flight. Now it's fight, and the fight is on.
So, Cava, Daniella Levine Cava offered to come here to the house.
No, Christian offered for Cava to come in. Cava never came.
Okay.
That and then, and so of course.
Sorry, I just want to get it straight.
Right. So she never came. I text Christian a couple times afterwards, and he just ignores me at this point. And I was like, Christian,
And by the way, I'm sorry for interrupting. I did see the text message of Christian Ulvert texting Mr. Esquipen.
Yes, right.
I did see the text, but Esquipen is not ready to release the text messages yet.
No, not yet.
Okay.
They will be released, but not yet.
So he came here offering to try to fix this issue.
If I'm willing to drop out of the campaign.
Very hush-hush.
It is very hush-hush. It's not illegal. You know, it's not. But it does look bad.
It looks terrible. It looks bad on Cava wanting... Was Cava aware that Christian Ulvert came here?
Cava's aware of anything. Christian's her right hand. He's the campaign manager.
And so...
Cava's aware.
Why,
she knows full well who I am.
Just real quickly, before this interview ends, what's the issue? What was Mr. Ulvert offering, Cava, to fix if you dropped out of the campaign, basically?
The citations.
The citations. Citations for what?
Running
Sorry
a
for
home-based
asking.
business.
Okay.
So they try to say, so this tree house that we're in, they said that this is a second home. And it's not.
Yeah.
So I got a citation for this.
It's not, guys. It's not a second home.
I tried to get a permit for it as a play set because that's what a tree house is, and that's allowed. And actually, a play set is exempt from a building permit. I was trying to get a zoning, a ZIP permit, so a zoning improvement permit. They denied that. They said this needs a building permit, and it needs an architect, it needs an engineer, and it needs contractors. Literally, the state of Florida has statutes that says if you own your home, and it's a single family, 2 family, even up to 4 family home, but if you own a single family home, you can be your own architect, you can be your own engineer, you can be your own contractor, and the county cannot require that you hire one.